Greetings, welcome to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Last episode, we stopped some exogeny scientists from performing experiments on Thorian creepers, and then we dismantled Father Kyle's biotic commune, and today we are gonna go into the Kepler Verge and continue our side quests. I believe we have also Garrus's quest, which is gonna be over there in the Herchel system. So let's go ahead and do that. I moved back to the Citadel for more shopping. Didn't find anything though. So we have Newton and Herchel. Let's do Newton first, and then we'll go do Garrus's quest.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some troubling information, Commander. We need your help. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
4 deaths? Okay. How can I help?
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuze. There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by Thresher maws. It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
So Akuze, we would have been there if we would have chosen the sole survivor option, I think. It sounds suspicious.
That can't be a coincidence.
There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th Fleet out.
Okay. Here we are. We got no asteroid belt. Sesmos. Sesmos is an ice dwarf world. Its surface composed almost entirely of frozen water. Normally, a planetoid this small would not rate inclusion on the system charts, but Sesmos' unusually large and beautiful ring of ice crystals has made it a popular subject for visual artists. The ring is the result of glancing equatorial impact which left a large trench and threw a great deal of melted water into the atmosphere. The rings are a temporary feature that will completely decay in a few thousand years. Okay. Junkro. Junkro is a hydrogen-helious gas giant with traces of chlorine and sodium in its upper atmosphere. Like Uranus in the Sol system, it is tipped on its side, its north pole facing the star Newton. This gas giant appears to have a large concentration of hydrogen. Next, Clencori is a rock and ice planet with an atmosphere composed of chlorine and argon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of potassium with deposits of iron. Glencore is famously claimed by the eccentric Volus billionaire Kumun Shoal. He claims that a vision of a higher being told him to seek on Glencore the lost crypts of beings of light. These entities were supposedly created at the dawn of time to protect organic life from synthetic machine devils. Well, Shoal has been excavating on Glencore's toxic surface for 2 decades at great expense. No government has valued the world enough to evict his small army of mercenaries. Interesting. The machine devils must have been some kind of myth. But he had a vision. Interesting. I wonder what happened to him in Mass Effect 3. Scans of the planet Glencore revealed the cockpit of a Volus trading vessel. There are no signs of the rest of the ship, but the salvage team discovered one of Matriarch Delanaga's writings in the ship's system. Alright. And finally, Ontarom. Okay. Though Ontarom's surface is uncomfortably hot, its nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere, and abundant shallow seas make it an ideal candidate for habitation by most known species. Unfortunately, the orbit of the moon of Tonal has been slowly decaying since this system coalesced. Its proximity is beginning to have tidal effects, and its dynamo-like revolution through Ontarom's magnetic field is generating increasing powerful electrical storms. While some have suggested emplacement of Mass Effect drives in an attempt to lighten the moon and correct its orbit, the scale of such a project, tens of thousands of drives costing enough to bankrupt the governments of all the Citadel races, make it a pipe dream. A multiracial effort is underway to catalog and preserve the unique genetic diversity of Ontarom's vibrant young biosphere. Exogeny Corp and Haiwan Genomics represent the Alliance's share of the effort. Exogeny has a hand in a lot of things as well. So, going down here, let's take... Let's take Rex and Caden. Alright. As usual, I'm gonna go around looking for minerals. So we have an anomaly, the debris in the underground facility. So I'll see you when I find something. Alright, we have a mineral, and it's another one of those wonderful planets to drive through. It's not as bad as others. it's still pretty horrible. And we got some animals as well.
Heading out.
And it's gold. And we can keep going. Well, we're almost near the anomaly. And we can totally see the moon and those storms in the distance. That was in the description. And apparently, what the hell are those? It has a baby bug. Let's not crush them. At least try to. Hope they're friendly. Apparently there's a Turian corpse here. Hope they're not gonna eat him. And there's another one. It's unclear what happened to this Turian. He had an accident, an ancient paper book with the Bostra outpost insignia printed on the cover. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do for them. We're gonna leave them to the bugs. Well, let's keep going. Alright, we're nearing the debris. And the top of this mountain is not bad to drive on. It's just these in-between places that are a pain. See, this is a lovely plane. And let's check this out. Okay. And let's keep moving. Apparently we have something over here already. It's probably the quest marker. Oh. That guy flew. These guys don't die. What the hell? Guess they died anyway. Let's get down here. Oh, and there's another mineral. Maybe we can get there before doing the quest. I was wondering that there was only one mineral. There's usually 2 or 3.
Moving out.
Okay, it's palladium. So let's get back here. Let's quick save. And maybe check our ammo. I'm in incendiary, cadence, and you can get better polonium rounds. As for Uncle Erdnot, why don't you go with Shredder? Weapons are fine. Let's get in here. Already we have some dead soldiers. Let's leave the Medigel for now. We'll take it on our way out in case we have to use it. Uncle Erdnot. Well, I baited them. Got a crow gun. Oh shit, Caden is not doing well. What do we got, Rex?
Powering up!
That all?
I think we got him, Commander.
All right. That's good to hear. Take some Medigel.
Patching you up.
And I think we had that. Let's go back there in case we... just in case we need it or something. There's another crate. A light Turian Scorpion 8. That's not gonna help Garrus. Or dead guys. Door number 1 is locked. Let's quick save. And check door number 2.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help!
It's Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today! Today it all comes out!
Yeah, maybe not calling him insane will be better for your case, mate.
What all comes out? I'm listening. But I need you to put that gun down.
You don't understand. I don't want to kill anyone. I want to go to sleep without screaming in my dreams. I want the people who sent me to Akuze brought to justice.
Can't you see that Toombs is crazy? Shoot him!
Bro, for a doctor...
But if I can't get that, I'll have to settle for killing the men who took my life away.
For a doctor, you really should not call him insane. Just saying. What happened?
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on Akuze. When the Thresher Maws hit, my entire unit was wiped out. The Thresher Maws, the scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
That is awful. And I guess we would have been there too, if we were sole survivor. What do you mean?
What kind of tests are we talking about?
You can't believe Toombs! He doesn't have any proof! I demand a fair trial!
Ever had Thresher Maw acid in your veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They treated me like a lab animal. I only escaped because somebody destroyed Cerberus, their big organization. This is justice. This man deserves to die. So, are you going to kill me or not?
So, shoot him, yeah, sure. Let's make this public. This isn't justice. So Cerberus is at it again. Even back then on Akuze, it was Cerberus. Interesting how they, they really, like, there's no main quest for Cerberus, but these tiny, small side quests really, paint them in a bad picture. And when you start the second game, you really feel so conflicted about working with them. I think that's really, really good writing, because they never feel like the real threat, or they just feel like a wild card in this game. And then you get to know them from the inside out in the second one. So yeah, this isn't justice.
You're better than this, Toombs. You're not like them.
Don't tell me who I am. You got away with a few scratches and a scary reputation. The rest of the unit died, and I was tortured for years, Shepard. You can't judge me. You don't have the right.
Feels like the dialogue here kind of acknowledges that I was on Akuze. Or maybe, I guess it works both ways. The rest of the unit died, meaning not him. But if Shepard was there, it could also mean, Shepard. The rest of his unit. I couldn't help then. Yeah, even the choices.
Toombs, if I could have helped you on Akuze, I would have. All I can do is help now. Let me.
Okay. I'm no murderer. They couldn't make me one. Just as long as he goes to trial. Maybe the screaming will stop now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's over.
Those bastards can't hurt you anymore. Joker, tell the 5th Fleet we need a ship for pickup.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Toombs stares morosely at the floor, lost in his memories. You give the scientist a shove toward the door. Your mission is complete. The Alliance courts will take it from here. Okay, but I kind of wanted to look around that room. Let me do that real quick. What are you guys... what are you guys doing? Is that like a new dance or something? Cool. Alright, well, I checked the room and there was nothing in there, and these guys kept dancing even inside. They just stood at the door and kept dancing. What the... Let's just get out of here. You guys... feel like your guys are glitching out. So let's get back to the ship. Okay. Now we'll go.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. I'm glad to see you were able to take Dr. Wayne in alive. Now we can put him on trial and get some answers. Corporal Toombs seems to have found some closure, and hopefully with therapy, he'll have a normal life again someday. Thank you again for your assistance, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
No problem. And now we're gonna go to the Herchel system. And this should be where Garrus's ship, I think, should be. Let's first check the asteroid belt. And we got a metal asteroid. We have platinum. Guess that's it. So, the first planet, Klobaka, is a moderately sized terrestrial world with a hazy hydrocarbon atmosphere. Its surface is mainly composed of chlorides with deposits of solid and liquid form hydrocarbons. Nothing to scan. Klugon is a hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Klugon's hydrogen-helium atmosphere is given a fairly dramatic emerald tint by chlorine and ionized gases. It has nearly 100 moons. Okay. Next, Matol. Several attempts to chart Matol have been made, but none have been successful. By normal standards, a small rock planet, Matol has a dense atmosphere composed of carbon dioxide and argon, with a surprising amount of water vapor. Fogs and rain are common on the barren, lifeless surface. Matol is pleasant enough to be considered a terraforming prospect, though its low mass and high radiation of the energetic blue star Herchel place it fairly far down on the list. Alright. Nothing there, and Tungal is a massive terrestrial world nearly twice the size of Earth. With a dense atmosphere of nitrogen and ethane, its scorching hot surface is mainly composed of iron with extensive deposits of heavy metals and radioactives. It is a mineralogical treasure trove, and many corporations are lobbying for mining rights. Of course they are, and here we have the MSV Fedele, and I guess the Fedele is a Coldum class modular conveyor of human design. In addition to the standard cargo bay, the hull has several biological research modules attached. Registry private owner Dr. Hart. I see. This is probably Dr. Saleon then, so let's get Garrus out. And how about Rex? Alright, Garrus. Hope you guys are ready. You have 2 points here. Put them in assault rifles. And here we go. This is probably gonna be tight. Of course. Here we go.
Looks like Saleon's doing more than
Now those looks like creepers. Maybe Garrus, change your weapon. Whoa. I got hit. Pretty badly. I'm intoxicated. So he was experimenting. I guess they didn't really have another model, or they used the Thorian Creeper design on them. They did have some loot. Alright, let's get in here. Nothing in the cockpit. This is locked. Let's save.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
You certain, Garrus?
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
Well, let's take him in, Garrus.
We'll take him in. Drop him off with the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
Come on, Garrus. Think about it.
If he dies, we'll never know what he's been up to or how he did it. We'll take him in, interrogate him, and he'll serve his time.
Okay. You're right. You're a very lucky Salarian. You owe the Commander your life.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Not gonna do it.
And so he dies anyway. What was the point of that?
Well, let me tell you.
You can't predict how people will act, Garrus, but you can control how you'll respond. In the end, that's what really matters.
Yeah. I don't think I ever met anyone like you, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Okay, Saleon's medical equipment is stained with the blood of many species, pale blue, violet, orange, and more than a few dark red. But his work has ended here. Time to head back to the Normandy. Okay. Let's loot first. He had a lot of stuff. Guess that's it. So let's get out of here. Alright, we're back on the ship, so let's go talk to Garrus maybe, see if he changed his mind about things. Will he see things our way?
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
Oh?
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. I've thought a lot about what you've told me. About not sacrificing innocence to achieve the goal. About finding the best way through, not just the fastest. And I've been thinking about Dr. Saleon, too. I'd convinced myself that he deserved to die, but then I started thinking about why I wanted him dead. I realized it wasn't because of what he did to those people. That was part of it, but I think most of it was because he got away from me. He escaped under my watch, and I didn't like that. I let it become personal.
Well, very good. Is that it?
Words mean nothing until you turn them into action, Garrus. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm going back to CSEC. I think I can make a difference there. I'll also reapply for Spectre training, but I'll do it right. I won't compromise myself to get there. If the people I'm sworn to protect can't trust me, then I don't deserve to be the one protecting them.
Good choice, Garrus. Unfortunately, without Shepard, he becomes a bit lost. I mean, I guess all of your companions disband with this feeling of, you know, when you die in the beginning of Mass Effect 2. They all find their own purpose, I guess. And Garrus, I guess he kind of sees everything in a different light because, you know, you dying is like reinforces his previous belief, like Shepard did everything right, he saved the galaxy and he still died like a freaking nobody. So what was it all for?
I'm glad you see it that way. Keep that in mind when we meet Saren.
Don't worry, Commander. I will.
I guess out of all of your companions, he may have taken it the worse. I don't know. It set him on a path of revenge, really. Shepard, dying. Rex goes back to his people, because you helped him makes him, I guess you gave him kind of a purpose. So does Tali after you gave her the GAF data. Ashley or Caden, they just stay with the Alliance. Garrus really took it personal, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna do some inventory management and we'll meet again after. Alright, well, guess that's it for the Kepler Verge. And since we're not gonna have too much time to do anything else, how about we read some Codex? We still got a lot of it. Got some primary, some secondary. We got a lot about the Turians here. Let's finish with the Krogan we started last time. So Krogan culture. The harsh Krogan homeworld conditioned the Krogan psychology for toughness just as it did the body. Krogan have always had a tendency to be selfish, unsympathetic, and blunt. They respect strength and self-reliance and are neither surprised nor offended by treachery. The weak and selfless do not live long. In their culture, looking out for number one is simply a matter of course. After their defeat in the rebellions, the very concept of Krogan leadership was discredited. Where a warlord could once command enough power to bring entire solar systems to heel and become overlord, these days it is rare for a single leader to have more than 1,000 warriors swear allegiance to him. Most Krogan trust and serve no one but themselves. The solitary attitude stems in part from a deep sense of fatalism and futility, a profound social effect of the genophage that caused Krogan numbers to dwindle to a relative handful. Not only are they angry that the entire galaxy seems out to get them, the Krogan are also generally pessimistic about their race chances of survival. The surviving Krogan see no point to building for the future. There will be no future. The Krogan live with an attitude of kill, pillage, and be selfish, for tomorrow we die. Well, you can't really blame them for that. But they kind of had the same type of attitude, before the genophage, except they were more optimistic about killing and pillaging. Krogan military doctrine. Traditional Krogan tactics were built on attritional mass unit warfare, equipped with cheap, rugged gear. Troop formations were powerful but inflexible. Command and control was very centralized. Soldiers in the field who saw a target contacted their commanders behind the lines to arrange fire support. Since the genophage, the Krogan can no longer afford the casualties of the old horde attacks. The battle masters are a match for any 10 soldiers of another species. To a battle master, killing is a science. They focus on developing a clean, brute force economy of motion that exploits their brutal strength to incapacitate enemies with a swift single blow of overwhelming power. Makes sense? They don't really need to move that much. This change of focus from mass unit warfare to maximal efficiency had increased employment demand in the field of security and muscle for hire. Due to unsavory reputation of the Krogan, most of these jobs are on the far side of the law. Makes sense? Battle masters are not spit and polish, but they do believe in being well armed and equipped, preferably with a gun for each limb. They are callous and brutal, but methodical and disciplined. They use any means at their disposal to achieve their goals, no matter how reprehensible. Hostage-taking and genocide are acceptable means to ensure a quiet occupation with few Krogan casualties. The Krogan serving with Saren's forces appear to be returning to the old style of mass attritional combat. They also work in close cooperation with supporting Geth units who fill the role occupied by combat drones in other armies. Biotics are rare among the Krogan. Those that exist are viewed with suspicion and fear. The Krogan see this aura of fear as a useful quality for an officer and often promote them. Combat drones and other high-tech equipment are likewise in short supply. So yeah, our Krogan has biotics. Now we got a lot of stuff about the Quarians here. Did we read the Citadel and Galactic? I don't think we read anything here. Or in Humanity. Or in Technology. Let's go for something genetic engineering. Let's learn about the humans. In the 22nd century, manipulation of the human genome became commonplace. Techniques of genetic engineering advanced to the point where the rich could custom build fetuses that grew into stronger, smarter, and more attractive adults. In more permissive regions, custom designed life forms and uplifted animals occupied an ill-defined niche between property and sapient beings. Travel to planets with unique forms of life brought an awareness that Earth's unique biodiversity could be lost if spliced and hybridized to gain useful alien qualities. The Sodom-Walcott Genetic Heritage Act was passed by the Systems Alliance Parliament in 2161. It imposed sharp restrictions on controversial uses of genetic engineering, but provided government subsidies for beneficial applications. Screening and therapy. Most governments provide free assessment and corrective therapy for genetic diseases in prospective parents. This has nearly eliminated everything from cystic fibrosis to nearsightedness. The earlier screening and therapy is performed, the more comprehensive the result. Though ideally performed on artificially fertilized zygotes in a lab, procedures are available for embryos in the womb and newborns out of respect for personal beliefs. Enhancements. Improvement of natural human abilities is legal, but adding new abilities is not. Treatment to improve strength, reflexes, mental acuity, or appearance are permitted. Adding a tail or the ability to digest cellulose is not. Some genetic enhancement is provided for free to Alliance military recruits, but the average citizen must pay for the privilege. The process can take years to reach fruition in an adult. Engineering. Artificial hybridizations of genes from compatible non-human species with human genetic code is illegal. Creation of designed life is broadly legal and mainly used for terraforming and medical applications, but sentient creatures are heavily regulated, and creation of sapient life is outlawed by both the Systems Alliance and the Citadel Council. Interesting. They didn't really visually delve into, a lot of... It would have been cool to see a lot of weird creatures or animals or pets. But yeah. Human diplomatic relations. Humanity has encountered many galactic species. Wars have been few, but mistrust is rife. Politically, the Alliance is a peaceful trade partner of the Turians. As a practical matter, however, there is simmering antagonism and bigotry between both populations over the First Contact War of 2157. The Alliance enjoys good relations with the Asari, though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic and overcautious. Though humans know better than to unconditionally trust any Salarian, their shared reckless ways make them natural allies against the conservative Turians and Asari. The Krogan have no unified government, but individuals are generally treated as potential criminals, a reputation most Krogan enjoy living down to. The Alliance has no formal contact with the Quarians. Their migrant fleet has not yet passed through any human settled system. Interesting. The Batarians are rivals for controls of the Saleon Verge. They severed their treaties with the Citadel to prosecute a colonial conflict against the Alliance. Officially, there is no war, but neither is there any peace. Okay. How about the geological survey system? As the human race expands its territory and raises the general standard of living, demand for industrial resources continues to grow. Many planets, moons, and asteroids contain a wealth of resources, but many systems have barely been charted, let alone thoroughly surveyed. Unmanned probes are one solution, but they are often lost to space hazards, unforeseen circumstances, or theft by salvagers. In recent years, AGES, the Alliance Geological Service, has offered bounties to private individuals or teams willing to perform mineralogical surveys on the frontier. This survey data is made publicly available to further corporate development. Due to the cost of travel and the dangers of operating on hostile worlds, it is rarely a profitable endeavor. Light metals, metals with low atomic weight, are often used in the construction of spacecraft and vehicles. Heavy metals, metals with higher atomic weights, are used to construct equipment components. The platinum group elements are particularly useful. Rare earths. Most useful materials in the categories are radioactives or magnets. Gases. Various gases are required to support all known form of sapient life. Some are commonly used as fuel, and apparently, at least this is one way to get money in the game. At least it's funded by the Alliance, but it's still... Well, I guess they do pay us for, the missions. This is just something we do extra. And it's a good way to make you, explore with the Mako, even though you might not want to do that. Alright, let's do another one here. System Alliance Military Doctrine. The Alliance military is of great concern to the galaxy. At first contact with the Turians, they were completely inexperienced. Turian disdain changed to respect after the relief of Shang-Chi, where the humans surprised them with novel technologies and tactics. The human devotion to understanding and adapting to modern space warfare stunned the State Council races. For hundreds of years, they had lived behind secure walls of long-proven technologies and tactics. The Council regards the Alliance as a sleeping giant. Less than 3% of humans volunteer to serve in their military, a lower proportion than any other species. While competent, Alliance soldiers are neither as professional as the Turians nor as skilled as the Asari. Their strength lie in fire support, flexibility, and speed. They make up for lack of numbers with sophisticated technical support. VI, drones, artillery, electronic warfare, and emphasis on mobility and individual initiative. Their doctrine is not based on absorbing and dishing out heavy shocks like the Turians and the Krogan. Rather, they bypass enemy strong points and launch deep into their rear, cutting supply lines and destroying headquarters and support units, leaving enemies of wither on the vine. Okay. On defense, the human military is a rapid reaction force that lives by Sun Tzu's maxim, he who tries to defend everything defends nothing. Garrisons are intended for scouting rather than combat, avoiding engagement to observe and report on invaders using drones. The token garrisons of human colonies make it easy for alien powers to secure them, for which the Alliance media citizens criticizes the military. However, the powerful fleet stationed at phase-gate nexuses such as Arcturus are just a few hours or days from the colony within their sphere of responsibility in the event of an attack. They respond with overwhelming force. Okay, so that's a bit about how the Alliance is different from the rest of the races. I guess the humans, because they're not as disciplined than the Turians and They don't live as long as the Asari. They're more prone to improvising, which apparently surprised the other races. Alright, I think maybe let's do a primary one before we end. How about
the Citadel is an ancient deep space station. Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance and answer only to the Citadel Council. They are elite military operatives, granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Salarians joined the Council. For many years they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation.
Alright, I'm surprised we haven't done the Spectres yet. Which kind of proves how far back I am on the Codex. You don't really realize how many of these there are until you have to read them out loud. I don't know if we're gonna be able to read them all until the end of the game. Anyway, I guess this is enough for today. So thank you for watching and farewell.